Oh, guys, we were talking about this again. As I'm sitting in the garage looking at my truck here, yeah, put some new wheel studs in it and stuff. I've been thinking about something. Been thinking about all the different Buick Derby cars I've had over the years. And we're going to start with the first one. The 92 Buick Century, which I got back in 2015. 2015 was the first Buick Century I ever got. Um, uh, that car did pretty good. We that car got ran first time at Jefferson County Fair in the smash up figure eight. Smash up figure eight. Both being the figure eight, but I went up to the smash up. 2016, we had another car. It was a 98 Buick LeSabre. Not Buick LeSabre, but Buick Century. We're gonna get to the LeSabres here in a minute. Um, that car ended up in the figure eight in the smash up. First time at Clark County, then at Jefferson County in the figure eight. Which there might be a video of that car in the figure eight, but I can't remember if there is. But yeah, let's go to 2017. Well, we have cars, Buicks in 2017. I think we have about 4. Well, the holdover. The 92, let's say, 92 Buick Century was around. That car ended up, it was supposed to go to Frederick County, but never got out there on the track. But we kept it for Berkeley County that year. My buddy Tyler ran it in the figure eight, made probably like a lap or something in it, and it just had issues. So I took it out the following night and ran it in the free for all, which I really don't remember what I did in that free for all, but yeah. Um, then we took it out in that 6-cylinder free for all. Then I put it in a Ford 6 free for all at the end of the night. I think I got up to 5th place in the car caught fire. It overheated or something caught fire on it. So, yeah. That was the end of that car. Now, we're back in 2017 cars. We had a 93 Buick Regal that I picked up for like $200. That was supposed to be one of the cars for like smash up that year, and me not knowing shit about those cars, decided to cut through the dash and killed that car. I cut the main wire and harness, and that was the end of it. But the car stayed around. We used some parts off of it for any of the 3.8s that we had. Actually, there'd be a 5th car. I forgot. I just thought about one. I'll talk about that one in a minute. That year, I had 2 LeSabres. One, I got a 97 LeSabre, which I found right around the corner from my house for like $200. That was supposed to be my car for Frederick County, but we flipped it over by mistake. We're trying to flip it so we can get underneath there, cut the catalytic converter off of it a little bit easier, but it rolled completely over. It rolled back over. Car would never ever fire again. It would never. It would crank, but it would never fire. And we tried everything to try to get that car to fire back up. But luckily, right at the end of 2016 into going into 2017, I found a 2003 LeSabre that I got for $300, and that car ended up becoming my Frederick County car for that year. And that car actually gave me a heat win But I blew up the transmission in that Derby because I forgot to loop the lines. I was working at the time, so I never had that much time to work on the car. And usually when I had days off, I'd just kind of like work on the car a little bit. But most time, I was a little tired here and there. But you got it done though. Then we had let's see, we're still in 2003, 2007 Buicks. My daily driver, my 95 Buick daily driver, I had for about 6, 7 months. That car ran good. About 7 months into having the car, the trans starts slipping a little bit. So instead of putting money in a $300 car that I paid, that I actually got it running. That car's like, you could drive that one on the street. That one ended up. This one's going to end up in 2018. I forgot about that car too. I'll talk about the 2018 Derbies with Buicks here in a minute, but that car I ended up finding another cheap daily driver, fixed it up, drove that one for about a year, but I won't talk about that car right now. But yeah, uh, um, the last car we got in 2017 was like a 97 Park Avenue. Or 97 or 98. Probably 97 Park Avenue. That car I paid like $300 for again. Sometimes I forget about this car, but I paid $300 for this car. But the thing about it was somebody done cut through the damn wires and was trying to make it where you could make it a push start and turn it off and stuff. And so they fucked everything. They screwed everything up. But we ended up trying everything we could think of. So I ended up just stripping probably some parts off of it. And it ended up, we just filled it up with junk I had laying around the yard, cleaning up for the season. And I got like almost $200 out of that car in scrap. So I got like my money back almost on that car. So I'm okay about that. But that is one of the Buicks I like this. If I had to retire one more time in a Buick, it would be a Park Avenue. Always wanted to run a Park Avenue, but I think I just want one for a figure eight car this time. Go out there in a figure eight with it. Maybe Berryville or something like that. Make a return to Berryville. Because I don't see myself ever getting to Frederick County next year, but who knows? But that should be all of 2017 Buicks. 2018. 2018 Buicks. 2017, I did get a Buick. I forgot about it. I had the full size Buick LeSabre, 85 Buick LeSabre. Got that in 2017. But that's the 2018 cars. So, 2018 cars. Let's talk about me running a full size for the first time. I think there's 3 Buicks. Yeah, there's 3. 85 LeSabre. It was full size V8 car. The 92 Buick Century that used to be my daily driver. Or no, 95 Buick Century that used to be my daily driver. And the free car. Which was, I think, a 98 Buick LeSabre. Alright. Because I want to kind of do this in order. This is the only year I ever ran 3 Buicks in 1 year. That's the crazy thing. I need to talk about that like on a separate video, but And I might do that one day. Starting with Frederick County Fair. All right, Frederick County Fair car, full size V8 Buick. That car was I got for free back in 2017. It was a deal with the place where I worked at. They gave me the car, and all I had to do is just write their name on the car. They gave me the car for nothing, for free. Well, the uh, company kind of went under, and still had the car. So we're talking about the Frederick County 2018 Derby car, which I still want to do this whole segment in showing some clips in the clips. Maybe it's going to be a hard one to edit together, guys, but I think I might do this in a separate video, but I'll give you a quick recap. Well, we took the car to Frederick County, got the car running. That car was a pain in the ass. Like every turn you turn around, a ground wire or something was going wrong. We got that car done probably like within a month of the Derby. Like that car was just like it just kicked my ass the whole way through. A buddy of mine hooked me up some tires for that car. Because I need tires for that car, like good Derby tires. He gave me some nice diggers for the back and some good front tires for that car for free. He just told me just come and get them. So he hooked me up, and that car was pretty cool. Uh, so we get it there. We got it running. So that car ended up at Frederick County Fair. Ended up doing pretty good. Well, doing pretty good through the car, taking through the car thing and whatever it was called, like the best of paint or the that's what was it, the best of paint. Well, let's talk about the heat. Well, going out to the Derby, one of the belts slipped off the water pump, and this car just wants to overheat at this point. Well, the car overheated. If you watch my heat video on my channel, you'll hear me revving the guy out of it basically, just to keep it running. I got it out there, parked it, and the damn thing died again. I fired it up, and I'm like giving it gas. I have to give gas or it will die. So I maybe made one, maybe two hits. Probably just one hit. One hit, we quit. And ended up backing up, and my buddy that was out there, he just coming out of nowhere, hits me straight in the radiator, takes me out, and that was the end of that car. Later on that evening, the car did fire back up after it cooled down, and I was like, "You mother," you know how it is. And so, Frederick County's done. That's one Buick. Now we're going into 2018. This is going to be the second Buick, the 95 former daily driver. Well, we got a week. At least the good thing about that car was already stripped out. Only thing I had to do was just move some stuff underneath the hood, put a bumper on it, get the back to roll up. I didn't really make any videos that week. I think I made one or two working on the car. That was pretty much it. Maybe like one after we got the car done, right before we took the Derby, and yeah, the car, we took it to Berkeley County. Well, we took it out for the 6-cylinder free for all, one and done. Well, the car did really good out there. Like, it really performed everything. And then all of a sudden, I took a hit. Well, I was running the stock gas tank in that car because I didn't have that much time to, I just hooked up the stock gas tank, make it quick. Had a bar behind the seat, though, too. But, yeah. Hooked up the stock gas tank really quick in that car. And what I forgot to do was, what happened was that the connection went. So what I had to needed to do was, I should have put some duct tape on there so it didn't do this. It could have just, left it there. If I had that car, if I'd done that, I would probably won that heat. But that car ran very, very well. So I just cut it off. I looked behind me. I was like, this got to be something simple. I was like, God damn it. I plugged it in, car fired right up. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. So I backed the car up, took it to the thing, and I said, somebody give me some duct tape. I duct taped that real quick. While I'm sitting in the car, somebody's done jacking up the tire. I think I blew a tire somehow out there. So that car we got it ready. I turned around, parked it right in the line. Walked over, guy, I said, put me in for free for all. He goes, okay. I'll wait for the free for all at the end of the night. I wasn't the first car out, but they had two lines, and I think they used this line first, and I was the front of this line, so when you see me get parked, there's more cars in front of me. So it's not bad. So we took it out there for the free for all. There was probably about, I don't know, 12, 13 cars out there. That car fucking performed great out there. If you ever watch the video and you see me sitting there, just expect that I thought I heard a whistle. I thought they were calling a red flag. I thought I saw a red flag, but it was a green flag. It's dark, and you can't half see red and green in a dark spot. Then I heard motors. I was like, fuck, they're still going. I threw it in reverse and just hit whatever I hit. So I wasn't counting it out. So we're rolling. I wish you saw on the video of that night when I pinned a car between two cars, the wall and another car. So that guy was out. So it came down to me in this yellow car. So I wound up getting my first ever win. 2018, the year of my first ever win 5 years ago. That car did good. So I got the win, got the trophy. I've already kind of talked about this in a previous video. I'm kind of recapping it with the Buick cars. And yeah. So let's fast forward to Clark County. All right. I had the freebie 98 LeSabre. I was going to take that one to Clark County. I was like, you know what? I really don't feel like turning this. I ended up throwing the tire on. All I had to do on the Buick Century, throw a tire on the back. After the car's ready, I was like, you know what? I'll just take that one to Clark County. I'll just go out there, finish it off, and get it ready just Clark County. So throughout the week, I think we worked on the 97 a little bit. I took a little bit that week. I took a little break, work on cars. I was helping other people work on cars because that year everybody was up there. We had, I don't know, probably about 20 to, no, we had about 10 to 12 Derby cars scattered through the yard. And it was a fun year. Probably the best year ever. So, we had the figure eight, and they didn't have nothing there. My buddy won the figure eight that year, in a Cavalier. Those videos are on my channel. Let's talk about Clark County Smash Up Derby with that same Buick car I just won Berkeley County with. So, we're at Berkeley County fair, and we just I just won at Berkeley County Fair, and it's pretty interesting that we had a pretty good time. I mean, yeah. So we took that car back. Um, what did we have? What was there? Well, we went in. We had probably about eight, maybe not 8 or 9 cars in our heat. But it was me, Alan, Rusty, and James Neff. We decided to not hit each other. We decided to kind of work a little bit as a team, but if it came down to it, we're going to hit each other. We're going to try to knock all the cars out. You know, try to go after everybody except for ourselves. But if it came down to it, we were going to take ourselves out. Well, luck behold, for some reason, everybody takes themselves out, or they kept running until they took themselves out. And for some reason, I'm the only one still running. And ended up, it was down to me and the 33 car. Well, that car was pretty badly damaged because if you ever watched the GoPro footage of that video, I nailed that guy in the passenger door pretty hard, and I hit him. I think I slid into him in the driver's door, but didn't mean it. But I saw he moved on me, so I hit the brakes, but I kind of slid into his driver's door, but I didn't do any damage. They just said, "Oh, don't hit driver's door." I was like, "I didn't do it. I didn't mean to do it." I put my hands up, and ended up being him. My car's running like it about halfway through that derby. It's starting to run, not run, run, not run, run, not run. So we ended up his car's getting worse. I was like, let's just end this thing. So I just start hammering it down on that dude, hammering it, which I've already explained all this in a previous video. And that car ran so good. I didn't notice. The funny thing is, I don't remember ever checking the water in that car, but I think either the radiator, something happened to the radiator somewhere along the line. And that car ended up once again winning. So that was back-to-back wins in a 95 Buick LeSabre. After I took the last hit on him, and I gave him a hard hit, I backed up. I was just waiting. I was waiting. I was like, this guy's got to be done by now. Because I was going to hit him again if he moved. But he ended up calling it. He's done. So I got the win. That's 2 wins in a row right now. I'm like, this is getting good. So I was like, all right. And so, you know what? I'm done with this car. Because I still had a fresh car. Well, the trunk was kind of messed up on it. Because I was playing practice with a damn derby car in the yard and bent my trunk up. So I was trying to get my trunk to roll up a little bit. And that was 97. Well, after Clark County, we're getting ready for Jefferson. Jefferson's in a couple of days. So we busted ass for a whole weekend. Got the car ready. We we did move the tank in that car. I think we did it before, because I had a little time to work on to get that 97 ready. Because if I screw up the 95, it'll be gone. So this is still 2018. I ended up taking that 97 LeSabre to Jefferson. Well, there you have to run the figure 8 to get in the Derby. So I just decided to run the figure 8. I actually did pretty good there. Ran all the laps. I actually ran all the laps. I ended up getting, I think, 3rd place, but I didn't get into the feature or nothing. I think they take the top 2 cars in V6s because there's not that many V6s. So they will take the top 2. I was trying to see if I could make it into the feature, but I didn't. Well, lo and behold, I was like, save the car, take the page, take the page. Everybody's telling me that. All right. What I really want to do, take the car and put it in the Derby. Because that car wasn't the best. I'd rather killed it off in the Derby than taking the page. So we took the page. So I took this car, this 97 LeSabre, to Page County. Well, we took the page. Well, what I did was welded a piece of steel for a front bumper. Well, when I went through when the inspection guys came walked around, they go, I said, my car's stock. He goes, can you have that? I said, that's all I had. I needed something for a weld piece of steel, like a tube about that big around on the front for the front bumper, just to help protect the radiator. Well, you weld that on there. It's welded. I looked at the guy. I was like, there is nothing welded on this car. Oh, it is. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So I got a stock car, not welded up one bit. Got thrown into the welded class. So it's okay. I went out there with a stock car. Remember, stock Buick LeSabre with probably just a seat bar behind the seat. All right. Went out there and ran against welded up V6 cars. I got beat the hell up. I got shoved in the wall. There was an imprint of a welded up bumper where you could see where the bumper dome hit my damn drive passenger side door. And I was pissed, man. I was so pissed about it the whole damn night. So right before, somewhere along the line, the seat bar broke off. Didn't get welded in real good. My back of my seat broke. Right before they told me to quit, I just threw my car in gear and I laid it. I literally was going after the dude that drove me in the wall. I said, I'm going after him. So they called it. I had to get out of the car. Oh, your car's no safe. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know my seat's kind of laying down and back. But it's okay. But it was so that car ended up, I don't know what I did with that car. I think I ended up scrapping it because it was really badly damaged. Plus, I think when the struts had been, I was like, no, I'll just scrap it. Kind of for free, so I got my money out of the car. So pretty much all the cars got scrapped that year, except for the Chevy Acura, the '85 LeSabre. I ended up selling that car. Somebody bought that car. That car actually did make a return in 2019. So that's pretty much all the Buicks for 2018. 2018 year Buicks. That was a fun year. And maybe one day I'll make another video talking about the 2018 year Buicks. All right, 2019. Cars I had. One, I had a Ford, had an Oldsmobile, and I had a Buick. I had 3 cars. Oh, yeah, then that. No, wait a minute. That came in 2020. I was working on a car for a year, and I finally got it in 2020. I had 2 Fords. But, what ended up having? Did I even have anything in Berkeley? Yeah, I did have. Yeah, Frederick County was the Oldsmobile. Berkeley was the Oldsmobile. Clark County. All right, 2019. Clark County Buick. Well, I ended up getting a 90 or 91 Buick LeSabre for like $100. $100 for that car. Easy. Ended up, car just needed a starter, so I get an easy starter money. Cut the catalytic converter off. I cut the catalytic converter off. Went to the local the old salvage yard. Found a starter for that car. Put it in there. Car fired right up. No, not a problem. One bit. So I was like, you know what? My original car I was going to take Clark down that year was going to be a 1985 Ford mid-size LTD. That car had issues. That car I kept for 2 years, and I should have gotten rid of it years ago. A year ago. That car finally blew up the motor, but I'm going to talk about that car in the future. One day I might talk about that car. And talk about its parts car that I found and kind of integrate those two cars into a whole video for itself. So, 2019, the Buick LeSabre, the 90 or 91. I can't remember what year that car was. It had that hood that went like this, like yeah, like here's the truck windshield and it went like that. Yeah, it had that type of hood on it. But yeah, that car was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool car. Yep. That was a fun car to run. That car took Clark County. I think there was five in that heat. Yeah, there's 5 of us in the heat. And I was like, you know what? They were talking about pulling the top 2 cars up for feature. Then they decided there's not that many cars. And we're just going to go have one and dones. So I was like, if I can just get this car, well, at first I was thinking, maybe I can just get this car, at least make first or second in the heat, right? Win the heat. Well, that fucking car. That car ran great until I got hit really hard and it shut off and it didn't want to fire back up for about 30 seconds to 45 seconds. Till I got the terminal and it finally fired up and the first thing I hit was there was a black car in front of me. I nailed that black car as hard as I could. And when I nailed him, I laid his wheels like this. Now it's like this. But that car's still going. But he's a bench truck now. So, whoa, look at that. He can steer. But yeah, I knew the guy was in that black car. He looked at me and said, "You hit me hard, but I don't care. You were out there having fun." So eventually he's done. So it came down to me in this car that was way better than my car. My car had problems. It would fire up and quit. It would fire up and quit. Fire up and quit. Fire up and quit. Even with fresh gas, there's probably some bad gas still in the tank. Probably because the car sat so long and I just never decided to should have cleaned out the tank because I knew that should have because the car sat so long, Dad. You should have cleaned up the tank. I forgot. Well, the guy in the better car, he hits me, spins me around. All of a sudden, he's not moving. I was like, I looked down. I was like, fuck, battery cable came off again. What's that battery cable? I fired my car fired. I threw it down. I threw it in neutral. I was like, bum, 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 bum. Car fired down gear. I threw it in drive. I threw it down low gear. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, kind of rubbing a little bit so it doesn't die. All of a sudden, I hear the announcer go, 15, y'all done. 15, all done. And he goes, your winner is Dan Simon in the 1100. I was like, I did it again. And just remember, 2018, I won in a 95 Buick Century. This will be my second win on that car, but first win ever at Clark County. So I won Clark County twice in a row with an even worse car. But that was cool. That was pretty cool. And the thing is, I'm going to recap this again and next year around Clark County time. Because it'll be 5 years since the last one, my last win at Clark County. I think it'd be kind of cool to talk about again. But just look forward for that video next year, sometime around August of next year. But yeah. So that car got the hell beat out of it. It did it in the. If you look at the thumbnail of the video, that's why I used that one for the thumbnail of the video, because that's the worst looking Buick I had. That one was worse than that 98 or Buick LeSabre that got the. You can see the indent of the bumper and the passenger door. But yeah, that car ended up going to scrap. Took some stuff off because if you look in the background, you can see a van. That was at my buddy's house. Well, the van I ran that year. That was my last Derby of the year. I ran a van that year. So, 2020. Yeah. I did have a Buick that year. 2020. So, everybody knows what happened in 2020. I ended up with a 92 Buick LeSabre. I got it for $100. Got it off a buddy of mine that had a garage. And he's like, you can have the car for a Derby car. I said, well, you know that Buick back there. I said, I'll give you $100 for a Derby car. He was okay. I said, let me talk to the person that owns it. Well, they agreed to $100. So I was like, all right, I'll buy it. So I picked it up. It's going to be my Frederick County car for that year. I think I was just going to run maybe 1 or 2 Derbies that year. It's like 2019 was I call it my full final year of running a lot. I'm getting a little older now. Now I'm at 35 years old. I'm 38 now. And I built that car over the 2020 season. Then 2020 hits. And we all know what happened. Well, cancel this Derby, cancel that Derby, cancel this Derby, cancel that Derby. Well, I wanted to run this car for a buddy of mine that passed away that year. So I painted the car up to look like his race car. But it had my roof sign on it. But it was supposed to be a tribute for his race car. So I ran that car 2020. It was probably out there for maybe about 3 minutes. I took a hit and the steering wheel breaks. Yeah, the steering wheel breaks. Pretty much almost falls in my lap. So that car didn't last long. So I said, you know what, fuck it. That car's going to scrap because it pushed the radiator straight into the motor. And there's no way to fix it in that car. So I ended up taking that car to scrap, messed with the steering wheel. I shook the steering wheel one time and the steering wheel just went. I was like, wow. Part of me sometimes wishes I still had that steering wheel because I wanted to keep that for like a trophy. But yeah, it was crazy. 2000. Well, after that, I don't know, 2021 season. I had my Impala still. 2020, I got my Impala, which still exists. The Cutlass one day it will be that car. I could talk about that car for probably over an hour. But I'll talk about that one in the future. Maybe whenever I get a garage or something, I'll talk about that car. But 2021, I did buy a Buick, but it never got ran. Well, it never got ran because that's the year my dad passed away, and I ended up having to move my cars to a buddy of mine's house. So the Buick was in my possession for about 2 years, maybe about 2 years. But ended up I had to move the cars from his place to another buddy of mine's house. So that Buick, he goes, "What are you gonna do with the Buick?" I said, "Honestly, I don't want it. I paid like $200 for this car." He ended up buying it. He ended up buying it. What the hell did he do with it? What happened to that car? Yeah, he ended up buying it, and what did happen to it? It just never ran right or something. So I think he ended up scrapping it or something. I don't know. I really don't know what happened to that car. I think he scrapped it or something. Cause I remember, yeah, he ended up with a Ford Taurus that following year. He's going to run it that following year. But that car did run pretty good. But I should have kept it. But I just sold it because I needed the money at the time. Now, 2022, no Buicks. I never run 2022, but 2023 this year. As of right now, a buddy of mine, he bought a Buick. 96 Buick the Regal. I keep one single saber. Wow. It was my comeback. It was finally after 3 years of not running. And last time I ran, remember, I was 35, 2020. I'm 28. 28. Damn, I'm getting younger. 38 now. Last year, up now, up this point, um, Buick's. He had bought a. He goes. I ain't gonna run that car. He goes. I was gonna run the Spectrum, but he goes. I know you want to run bad. I said. I know you need. You've been wanting to run for a long time. He goes. I'll make you a deal. He goes. If you put that car together, you can run it. So for over 4 days, we put the car together. Me and another buddy of mine. We worked on the car for 4 days. Got that car ready in like 4 days to get ready for the Derby. So we took that car to Jefferson County this year, and that car ran good. It was a good car, man. That car ran good, but ended up trunk went the wrong way and went down. Ran in the figure eight. I still to this day I wish I ran that car more in the figure eight than the smash up. Smash up was a bad idea, real bad idea. But I have fun. As of right now, my last Buick now is a 96 Buick Regal. But I finally got to run a Regal. I'm always wanting to run a Regal. Got to run a Regal. There's still one Buick I would love to run, and that's the Park Avenue. But I want to find like a 90s Park Avenue or like a late 90s, the newer body style Park Avenue. But if I did it, if I would go retire in a Buick, because part of me wants to run one more Buick, but a part of me is like, let's just go ahead and end the career. So if I don't run a Park Avenue, that's cool, but I wouldn't mind finding one for cheap, because I'm ready to pass the torch and run in derbies. But I'm ready. If I'm going to retire, it's going to be here at Frederick County Fair. I'm getting older and taking the hits I took out there in that Regal. Oh God, it hurt. The shoulder was hurting for like a week. Whole back hurt for like 3 days. Oh man, I was in pain, real bad pain. But it was fun. It was fun. So recapping on all the Buicks, I can't think if I missed any because they would all be featured on the channel, even in old videos. Um, I think I had a good run with Buicks, guys. You know, like I said at the beginning of this video, sitting in this garage made me think about that. But I think that was that. That made me jump. Heard the noise. It's probably a squirrel on the roof or something. I was kind of like looking at the door back there. I was like, somebody come through the door. But yeah, guys, after running all those Buicks, I probably ran. All right, let's count. 92 Century. Um, 92 Century. 92 Century 3 times. Now 85 Buick LeSabre once. Did I have another Buick that year? Oh yeah, 80. 90, 95 Buick 3 times. That's 98 Buick LeSabre. Uh, yeah, 98 Buick LeSabre twice. 2003 LeSabre once. Um, let's see. What else? Let's see. 2029, 2019. One time with the Buick, the 90 Buick LeSabre. One time with the 92 Buick LeSabre, and then the Buick Regal. So that means I'm ran 8 cars, 8 Buicks. Uh, yeah, 8 Buicks. But I'm had probably, personally, probably over 10. Maybe 10. Maybe 10. Because the last car was my buddy's car, but he let me run it. So it was not my car, but it was his. But he let me run it. So it counts as a run, but not an own car. So I think I've had about 10 Buicks. I don't feel like counting them all right now, guys. But yeah, probably over 10 Buicks I bought. But out of over 10 Buicks, 7 owned, 1 not. I had a pretty good career with Buicks, man. The Buicks have always been good to me. I mean, I've had other cars I've had a couple Chevys. Never ran a Pontiac. That's a funny thing. I've never ran a Pontiac. I ran a couple Oldsmobiles, an Illumina, that little tiny ass car, that little Hyundai, which had a working radio still in it, with a CD player, which is funny. Man, I had so many cars, and I talked about this with Alan one time. I'm probably even the car, not Buicks I've owned. I've probably owned or bought. Shit, I had a couple. Well, freebies count, kinda. Yeah, they'll count. Yeah, they'll count. Freebies count because they pretty much owned them. You know, I got free, but then I owned it. So probably over the whole career, my Derby career, over 20 plus cars, maybe over 20 plus, maybe. I don't know. I lost count, honestly. Because all I have left right now is the 80 Impala and the 90 and the 81 Cutlass. But for Buicks, maybe over 10, maybe, possibly, yeah, something like that. And those Buicks, they ran and ran and ran. Like hell, the 92, the 95 but before I get off here, the 95, I forgot about that. I just thought about that. 2018, I ended up with that. Well, like I said, I was thinking about when I was running. But the 92 Buick, I think I already talked about this on another video. But the 92 or 90, no 92. Why do I keep thinking the 92? The 95 Century ended up at Jefferson County. Ran in two heats. Well, ran in a figure eight. I think got my buddy got third in it, and then we took to the Concy, ran a lap, and it just blew the motor. At that point, I think we done forgot to put water in the damn radiator. Because we were rushing that year, man. We're trying to get cars done. My buddy's trying to get his car done. And this guy's trying to get his car done. Like I said, 2018 was like the year of fucking derbies, cars up there, man. It was crazy. And maybe one year, maybe sometime if I could get a couple buddies together, and we'll talk. We could sit there and talk about it. And maybe make a video for you guys to talk about those cars, 2018 season, because that was he says that was probably the best season we ever ran in derbies. He said we had so much fun that year. We were just having fun and building cars like every day. We were working on cars for months on end, and we had fun that year. The guys, Buicks. Now the future. Before I go off here, the future of Buicks. Right now, I don't know. I like to get a few more, but that's on hold right now. Eventually, I like to get a couple more guys and build them. But yeah, I think uh, I think it would be interesting to build a couple more Buicks though. I'd love to build Buicks, guys. I wouldn't mind having a couple of them, but I think for me, running them might be the end. This might be my retirement in Buicks. Me personally, running a Derby car, a Buick Derby car. Building them, I don't know yet. It all depends, whatever the future will be. But I think it would be kind of cool if we, maybe I'll get that the one I've never ran, that Park Avenue. I don't know, man. I'm want to retire. Maybe retiring out of the Derbies when I'm 40 would be kind of cool. When I'm 40 years old and retire at 40. I was thinking about going 41 because I was 31 when I started running. But how about either? I was thinking about retiring next year or the following year. I don't know yet. Like I said, it all depends whenever I get a garage because I rather have my own garage to work on my cars in. But yeah, there's a Toyota Tundra behind me. Look at it. I mean, you can see it back there in the background the whole time. Yeah, guys, it's crazy. It's crazy how many Buicks I've had over the lifetime. But hey, if you guys made it this far in the video, I think we're almost at 53 minutes, or what we just said, 54 minutes on live stream. Me just talking about Buicks. And but yeah, guys, while I'm on here, I did do it. I just did short, but I've had that truck for a year now. Got a year ago. What else can I talk about? Future videos for Derby content. I don't know right now. Just stay tuned to the channel. I don't know what else I'm going to be posting, so just stay tuned. I don't know, but I've been kind of poking around building a Derby motor again. I want to build one, but I don't want to run it. I want somebody else to run it. Um, honestly, I don't know what else we could do. Um, yeah, been sitting here thinking about stuff, but yeah. Been thinking about stuff though. Other derby car. Yeah, what time is it? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, guys. Future derby builds. Well, like I said, once I get a garage, we'll be back on the Impala, the Cutlass. Yeah, I miss making videos talking about building my cars and stuff like that. It's like been 2 years since I filmed a video in my garage. Oh, we're doing this to the car. We're doing that to the car. You know? But Buicks, I'm sitting here thinking, like, I'm always looking at the Sabres and Park Avenues and Regals and anything with 3.8 in it. But I feel like if I'm going to go out with Buicks, it's got to be with a. I want to do something with Park Avenue. At least once. Build at least one. The one I had, that car might be in one or two videos. I mean, it's rare car to see in a video. Very rare car to see in a picture or a video. I didn't really make that many videos about that car. I should have made a video when I got the damn thing. I never did. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. But yeah, it's in a few videos, so I wish that car ran because that was going to be a hell of a car, man. We're going to build that car to be really strong. We were creasing the hell of that car, man. Let's talk about, before I get off of this, talk about Park Avenue. It did exist. There's pictures of it. Um, that car was a good car. I really wish I had a chance to build it like I wanted to. But the wiring was screwed up. We try to get people up there to try to help me figure it out. I think somebody cut through the main wiring harness or something. I don't know. I left that car on key because it's easier if you ever keep it on turnkey. But maybe, maybe in the future, that would be one Buick I would love to build. I always wanted to build one of those Park Avenues, and I'd like to get one like I had. But it's gonna be hard to find them because they're old cars and there's not too many of them around. And trying to find one for super cheap is gonna be hard because I still gotta get a motor for my Impala. But yeah, I wanna get this shit soon. So yeah, guys. Buick Park Avenue is maybe the last Buick on my list I want to build. Centuries, I know those things like the back of my fucking hand. I could throw one of those together in a week. But I don't know as a figure eight car. But if I had one chance to run one more figure eight, if I would run a full figure eight, it would be in a Buick Park Avenue for some reason. I think that car would be a fun car to take out there. It's big. I can block with it. Maybe get people try to get around me. I can block with it some more. You know. Honestly, I don't know. Could I pull off a figure eight win with a Buick Park Avenue? That would be really crazy. I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys, but I think Park Avenue might be a future build. I'd love to get one, and if it ain't for a derby car, hell, we could pit my nephew in it. My nephew's been wanting to run derbies for a while. Um, he wants to get in one. So I don't know. Maybe before I officially retire, If I want to retire in Buick, it has to be a Buick Park Avenue. But if it does happen, it's okay because right now my last Buick is a Buick Regal that I ran, which wasn't mine. I keep wanting to call it mine, but it wasn't mine. But I ran it. Last Buick I ran was a park. There I'm talking about Park Avenue again. Was a Buick Regal. But future of them, Buick, Buick, Buick Park Avenue is on my list of cars I'm always wanted to build, throw together. But I would like to find like a '90s Buick Park Avenue, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard as hell to find one of those bastards. Definitely. Now, there's one car I always want to run. It was the El Camino, but that's not Buick. Too bad Buick can't make an El Camino. I'll run that motherfucker in Derby. But yeah, guys, my Derby career with Buicks might be coming to an end. But Park Avenue is the future car I like to find. I think I want to get me a Park Avenue. That'd be the only 3.8 Buick I've never ran. Now, the Century had a 3.3, which was a smaller 3.8, so that kind of cancels itself out with a 3.8 with a 3.3. They're basically the same motor, but the 3.3 has a smaller intake as the 3.8 has a bigger intake. So that kind of cancels itself out. So, yeah, Buick Park Avenue is the one car. I had one, but I scrounged for a few parts off the motor. I took some parts off the motor, which I probably lost the parts over the years. But I scrounged parts off the motor and ended up sending that car to the scrapyard. But would I ever run a Buick Park Avenue? Yes. Because I don't know how many more of these damn things I got in me, but I kind of want to run a full figure eight at least once. I want to try to go out there with a good figure eight car and try to do something with it. And if there's a smash up at the end, we'll take the Park Avenue in there. Then I'm retired from Buicks and front wheel drive cars. Then it's pretty much the Impala. Then I'm done. Once I run that Impala, I am done with derbies. Which still leaves me with the Cutlass. The Cutlass is just my trophy. It's kind of like my car I want to have sitting around, and it just, remind me of my derby days. Because I think that'd be a cool car to pin, like parades, car shows. Build it for a derby. It look like a derby car. Kids might like that. Oh, I want to take a picture of that car. What's that? Why is there a derby car here? That'd be something cool. Do being a retired derby car driver, that'd be kind of fun. But yeah, guys. Shit, I have blabbered on for an hour about Buicks. I don't know how to shut up sometimes. Yeah, guys. I think a Park Avenue, that might be a good way to retire Buicks. I ran a bunch of LeSabres, ran a bunch of Centuries, finally got to run a Regal. I mean, there's other Buicks, like front wheel drive Buicks, like a CERN, LaCrosse. But I don't know these cars. I need the '90s cars, and I always wanted a Park Avenue for some reason. I always wanted to run one. But I think running a Buick Park Avenue would be a good way to retire from Buicks. I think that would be a good grand way to go out. If you guys like that, comment below. And if anybody's watched this video for almost 4 minutes and a half at this point, or minute and 5 minutes, 1 hour and 5 minutes, let me know. And if you guys like this long content in a live stream, let me know. Or I might start doing these live streams earlier in the day when people can watch them. But yeah, guys. I've been thinking about this, talking about this for a while. Um, I want to talk about. I don't think I know anything about Buicks. I mean, what else is there in Buicks? What else? Let me think. Like a Buick station wagon would be kind of cool to do, but I want to run that. I don't know, but I think Park Avenue would be to go out in Buicks would be pretty fun to do. Go out in Park Avenue, but maybe get like the one I had and then just like, but maybe I'll. I don't know when I'll retire, guys. Like I want to retire, but I feel like I'm owed time because not having a place to build. It's been killing me. But I think Park Avenue maybe, and then the that stupid ass car, the Impala. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. But I think Park Avenue would be fun to run in a figure eight. But I might do it at Clark County if they have the 6-cylinder figure eight cars. That would be kind of fun. From Clark County, figure eight car, DSDT on the side, partially blue. Don't paint the whole fucking car, but just partially blue it. Little chain around the doors. Hell, I ain't moving the gas tank at this point. I don't even care if it's in the smash. I don't you know what? No, fuck the smash up. I just want to run the figure eight. Maybe a little bumper. you know. So we'll go out there and have some fun. I'm never really ran a whole figure eight series. And honestly, I think this might be the last thing I talk about, but honestly, guys, I wouldn't mind trying to go through a whole figure eight, go like, try and make it to the feature. Even if I had to run the constantly, but try and make it to the feature. And if you think about it with 6-cylinder or something, that means 6-cylinder cars, I have a better chance. Make it into a feature in a figure eight, that would be kind of fun. That would be kind of cool though. But this time, put like some donut tires on the back. Maybe make a handbrake. I don't know, guys. Think about it. But if I did, it would be in Clark County. I think Clark County would be fun. Come back one more time to Clark County in a Buick. Because all my luck in there has always been with Buicks. It's always been Buicks in Clark County. Like the first time I ran Clark County, it was in a 97 or 98 Oldsmobile 88 Royale. I got second place in that car, but the next year I come back with a Buick 95 Buick Century. It's crazy. It's just crazy, guys. But man, it's just sitting here reminiscing about it, guys. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. Guys, just stay tuned. I'm gonna post some shorts here soon. So I got one I need to post. But I don't know. I might throw some shorts in through the previous season this year. Some videos and shorts. See what let me dig through Frederick County, see if there's anything else I can get out of it. But yeah, Park Avenue would probably be the future of the Derbies or the Derby cars. I kind of want. I wouldn't mind running a figure eight car in a run a whole figure eight in like a big ass Buick or something. That would be kind of fun to go out in a Buick. Cause I'm getting older and figure eights don't hurt that well as bad as derbies. God damn, I was beat with that one car, dude. But this time I put bar behind the seat. I don't know. Maybe that's something I'll think about next year or something, guys. But If not, it'll probably be the Impala getting finished. I don't know yet, guys. I got a lot to think of. I gotta think about building a garage and buying cars. But if I get one for super cheap, I'll do it. Or if somebody would donate me a Buick Park Avenue, I'll do it. Because I'm sitting here thinking about Buick Park Avenue would be the best way to go out with the Buicks. Big ass Buick Park Avenue. And then end my Buick career with a Park Avenue. I think that would be pretty cool. I think that really would be pretty cool. Ugh. Damn, take me an hour to drink one beer. Yeah, guys. Just stay tuned for more stuff. I'll be back on here soon. Um, I don't know. Derby content's pretty much in for now until next year. Until I guess. What the hell's that one called? Warren County Throwdown. But I haven't heard anything yet about it. But I feel like there'll be an announcement coming soon. They're gonna have it. They'll be having an announcement about it soon. Probably this month or next month, or probably this month. If they will have Warren County Throwdown #3. Which I kind of see will happen because they get a good car count. They do. But we have, see, you have Warren County Throwdown. I've been having this crazy idea about Frederick County Showdown. Just been out there. But yeah, guys. Buicks. I think the way I'll go out on a Buick would probably be a Park Avenue. And a figure eight. I want to do that. I want to do that now. But we'll see. We'll just see. There you guys. Just stay tuned for more videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Man, I haven't been on a live stream in over an hour in a long time. That's kind of crazy. Maybe I'll have a car. I don't know how to shut up. I swear I don't know how to shut up. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, tell me something here. It says serious battery charge. Look at this. Before I get off here, look at this old battery charger just sitting here. That thing is old. You can tell that thing is old. That's somebody gave me that thing like I don't know how many years ago, and it still worked, but they just got a new one and they just didn't need it. And that thing still will charge a battery. I got one down there, but that old Sears battery charger, that's an old one, guys. Pretty crazy though. Yep, there's my truck back there. I get the whole picture of it. There, guys. I don't know what time it is right now, but I'm starting to get a little tired. But yeah. Like I always say, please like, please share. And if you guys think I should run one more Buick, and that's a Buick Park Avenue, comment below. And if you made it this far into the live stream or rewatched this live stream, let me know in the comment section below. Because, and just tell me, do you like long videos or you want short videos? Just let me know. I want y'all's feedback. Alright, guys. I'm gonna probably upload a short here in a minute or something. I don't know. Or maybe next day. But I'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.